Hey, what's going on? Luke here, and this is a video that I didn't think I'd be making today. I'm here to do a video talking about the Bulldogs actually winning a game, an 18-12 win over the Cronulla-Sutherland Sharks. I say I didn't think I'd be talking about this, however, I did have a little feeling that the Bulldogs would beat the Sharks. I feel like we might be the Sharks' bogey side. Even in some of the worst years, previously I remember there being games that we've beat the Sharks, upsets against the Sharks even. Now this one, I don't even know if it's really an upset. I mean, the Sharks weren't exactly flying. Like, they haven't been terrible, but they haven't been winning. Now, they've had some disruptions of their own. Their whole coaching situation, the whole John Morris stuff. Sean Johnson made his return last night, so I thought that might have not disrupted them, but I thought, oh, well, he's coming back in. Is he going to be a bit off the pace? I don't think he was that bad. I thought he was pretty good. The Sharks in general, though, they didn't really offer too much, and the Bulldogs' defense, they held strong. Now, I just got to say, to start off the game, the Bulldogs started very, very strong, and you could tell the intent was there, and that's what's been missing throughout this whole season. Guys like Dylan Napa, guys who've been coming out and literally making like 30 to 50 metres a game, were coming out and they're making 100 metres in the first 15-20 minutes. And it just shows you how effective having a gun forward pack is, because the Bulldogs actually had a forward pack that stood up. Corey Riddell was alright at the lock position. Adam Elliott didn't really do much, which is a little bit different compared to him. Usually he's one of the ones who steps up and it's the other guys. But Luke Thompson, what an inclusion into the side he's been. Last year when he signed, I just wasn't sure about him. And he's been so good and so influential that after the Melbourne Storm game, literally his first game back, that was enough for me to see that he's going to be a huge addition to the side. And he has been for the last couple of weeks. If he stays into the side, and if he stays in the side going forward, this Bulldog side could be anything. Not in terms of 2021. I mean, obviously, we're not going to be winning 2021. But going forward, if you can build a forward pack around him, that's what we got to do. He's like our Tamalala, he's like our Jake Jaborovich. He's just the leader of the forward pack. He's someone who gets in there, does big minutes, takes all those shit runs, gets us out of trouble. And you add in the fact that Josh Jackson didn't play, Hetherington didn't play, Jeremy Marshall-King did. I know that's not really a thing. Okay, let's leave Marshall-King out of it because he's not exactly a world beater. But, I mean, we were missing players. For Taylor Marin, he wasn't there. He probably is our best forward, apart from Thompson. I'd say Taylor Marin is right up there. He's a really good second row, in my opinion. But look, Luke Thompson, as soon as he's come into this side, there's just been that intent in the forward pack, and that's what we've been missing, and I love to see it. And like I said, guys like Dylan Napa really stepped up yesterday. That's the performance we've needed from him ever since he came to the Bulldogs, and he hasn't done it. He literally has not put in a quality performance until yesterday, pretty much. And that really says it all about Dylan Napa, in my opinion. He's on huge money, he's a representative forward, and it's taken, 3 years? 3 years has it been? Let's just say 2 to 3 years for him to put in an actual good performance, which I think it's quite sad, but look, I'm glad he saved it for last night because what a win. Now, it feels weird for me to be sitting here and celebrating so hard over just one win. However, I thought it was a serious possibility we'll go on the whole season without winning a game. Now, going into the season, I thought for sure Bulldogs are going to be pushing for the 8 rather than pushing for a wooden spoon. But it's gotten to the point where we weren't even pushing for a wooden spoon. We're absolute lock-ins. And now after last night's performance, I'm starting to think maybe there's a little bit of hope. Maybe. Not in terms of top 8, obviously, but just in terms of not getting the wooden spoon. But, I mean, it's a long season. Who knows? It could get a couple more injuries. Brad Deeds went down. But there was a lot of promising signs for the Bulldogs. I thought the backs looked a lot better. I thought Katoa, I thought he was pretty decent. Corey Allen, a lot of covering tackles there. Look, shoved him over the sideline a couple of times. That Herodi fella, he'll be having nightmares about it because he got over the line so many times, or he was about to do it, reaching out for the line. And then Corey Allen and I think Dylan Napa came across as well, just coming across and belting them. I think Nick Kotrick got him as well. There was a lot of guys who really stood up. And the Bulldogs were actually under a lot of adversity too, especially in the second half. There was a lot of times where the Sharks were attacking the line. I remember when they were down by 6, I think it was, there was like 4 or 5 sets in a row where the Bulldogs held out the Sharks. They just kept getting set restarts, and then the Sharks eventually, I think they ended up getting chucked over the sideline. I can't remember exactly what happened, but they didn't outscore, and that's the main thing. Now, what a fantastic win. I don't really know what to say from here apart from that was a really good win, and I hope they can back it up next week. I'm pretty sure they take on the Eels. It's not promising, but you never know. You never know. All it takes is confidence, and maybe this is going to be the confidence builder the Bulldogs needed. In saying that, though, I feel like Kyle Flanagan, he's not doing enough. He's not doing enough. He's not leading around the team. And I know he's young, and we can keep using this excuse that he's young, and I really hope that he does improve very, very quickly. But I feel like Trent Barrett's got in his head that he's going to be the next Nathan Cleary, and I'm just not seeing it so far. I will say, though, his goal kicking, absolutely fantastic, and it is nice to see that when we actually do score, no matter where it is, whether it's on the sideline, in front, no matter where we score, those 4-pointers have been turned into 6. And I think that's effectively what kind of won us the game, because the Sharks, they knew they needed to score, but they needed to score converted tries. And I feel like that does play a part in teams because they know, like, oh shit, even if we do score, we've got to score again. Like, I feel like there's a lot more pressure on the Bulldogs if the Sharks are chasing 4 points rather than 6, because the Sharks got in their head, like, we can score here, but it's not going to win the game. It's only going to equalise at best. So I feel like it does help going up by sixes. And for so many years, we've been struggling to find a goal kicker, and we finally got a goal kicker. It's just, hopefully we can find a halfback, because he's not exactly setting the world on fire. But last night was a game where the forward pack, they actually got the ball rolling. They actually got him on the front foot, and he just doesn't engage the line. So that is a frustrating thing. But apart from that, I thought they were fantastic. I thought Will Hopewadi had his best game of the season, having the captain's armband, well, not an armband, but he was the captain for the game, and I think he really stood up. So maybe we keep him as captain going forward, because probably one of the better games he's played. But the rest of the side, Nick Kotrick, I think he's been pretty good throughout the season. Obviously hasn't been sort of Canberra good, but he's definitely been one of our better backs. I'd say probably the best back. It's not really saying much, but apart from Watene-Zelezniak, actually has been pretty good, which funnily enough, we get our first win and Watene-Zelezniak didn't even play. Nick Meaney at fullback, I really like Nick Meaney. It's just a shame that fullback like Watene-Zelezniak actually has been playing quite well, so Nick Meaney wasn't going to get a go, but he finally got a go, and I thought he was pretty good, scored a try. Well, actually, he's probably better than good. He's probably one of our best. So I really do rate Nick Meaney at fullback in terms of us. I hope he gets more of an opportunity. At least with Watene-Zelezniak, I feel like he will be just as effective on the wing, because he has those effort plays. So him at fullback, he doesn't have the ball playing skills or anything. So Nick Meaney, I think he'd be a lot better there. I think Watene-Zelezniak, we can still get the same sort of stuff from him on the wing as what we would at fullback. It's just a matter of whether he actually wants to play fullback, and he's a bit of a confidence player. So as soon as he drops a ball, he's a target on the wing every single time. Whereas fullback, you can mask. You're not going to have as many bombs and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I thought Nick Meaney, I thought he was really good. Corey Allen was pretty good in the centres. Actually, it was just a good performance all around. In saying that though, the Sharks, they weren't great. But I'm looking at the Sharks side, and I remember seeing the lineups, and I was like, man, gone are the days when they had the gun side. They had like Paul Gallen, had your Luke Lewis, Wade Graham's not even playing. Had so many good players in that side. And now I look at that side and I'm like, man, they don't really have anybody. And with the whole sacking of John Morris, I don't really know what they expect for the Sharks, because it feels like the Sharks board, they were expecting a top four. But look at the team that they've got. They can't even beat the Bulldogs. They've just put Josh Hannay in there, so you can't put it on John Morris or anything. This is what the Sharks have done. This is what they produce, and they just lost to pretty much the worst team in the comp. So, look, is it a reflection of the Sharks? Is it a reflection of the Bulldogs? I don't know, and I don't really care. The Bulldogs win, and that's all I care about. So, guys, leave in the comment section below. I'm absolutely wrapped. I didn't really know what I was going to say going into this video, but I knew I had to do a video because everybody knows I'm a Bulldog supporter, wearing a Bulldogs hat. Literally, as the game was going on, like the first half I was cheering, but in the second half, I was just feeling like it was going to be a comeback, because it's been so many times, like the Broncos up against the Eels at the start of the season. There's been a lot of comebacks and a lot of big comebacks. We even saw it again, the second game. The bloody Cowboys came back and beat the Raiders. I feel like anytime you got a lead, it's never really secure, unless you're the Storm or Penrith. That's pretty much it. If you're any other team, there's going to be a possibility of a comeback. And even the Sharks did do a little bit of a comeback, and right until the end, I was like, oh no, they're actually going to score here, and they're going to break my heart, and the Townsend's going to kick it from the sideline, and then they're going to kick a field goal and win the game. I actually was like, it's going to happen. Thankfully, it didn't though. I wish I had a camera on me when I was watching the game, because I was chewing my fingernails and I was bloody doing this and drinking beer, to be honest, as well. But look, it was an enjoyable game. I don't know if it was the best quality game, but it was enjoyable for me. Bulldogs finally get the win. Leave in the comment section below what were your thoughts of the game. Are you a Bulldog supporter? Are you happy? Opposition fans, are you happy for the Bulldogs? It seemed to be the general consensus. Everybody seemed to be pretty happy that the Bulldogs won, except for Sharks fans. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section below what were your thoughts of the game. Also, what are your thoughts of the sim binning? I thought it was a pretty clear sim binning. Look, the guy sort of, he didn't use his arm. I thought it was pretty clear cut, but there's been a lot of talk about how it was, a joke, and I think he's got 4 to 6 weeks, so there's been a lot of people outraged about that, but it seems pretty fitting with what they're doing these days. So let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts of the shoulder charge. Anyways, that's where I'm going to wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy it, just like you enjoyed the Bulldogs game. But if you did happen to enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Turn on the notification bell. It's pretty important in terms of you actually seeing my videos. You don't have to worry about hitting the sub box and all that sort of stuff. You can just get a little notification on your phone, click on it, watch it, leave a first comment, leave a comment in general, leave a like, do whatever you want to do. Also, give me a follow on social media. It's on the screen right now. It's Mr. Luke and YT. For the most part, it's Mr. Luke just for Facebook, but everything else is Mr. Luke and YT. So go ahead, give me a follow, give me a like, do all that sort of stuff. And also stay tuned for more content on the channel. That's where I'm ending this one, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.